Hi, hello.
Hi everyone,
This is Daniel.
I'm Michelle.
I know you're probably missing us. We missed yesterday video. Unfortunately, we couldn't do the video. We're very tired, and we just decided to take an early night, and we went to sleep early. But anyhow, we are here today, and we are going to update you on the last couple of days work experience. So, would you like to start yourself, Michelle?
Yeah, I think I'll talk about a little bit about what it's like to work in an office here. We were told by the agency that they're really hard working, which they are, but we didn't realise they don't actually take any breaks at all. Like, they eat at their desk and they get up and go to the bathroom.
Yeah, it can be a bit awkward.
Yeah, because you're kind of waiting
yeah.
for, it's lunchtime and nobody says anything. And the first day we got no lunch because we didn't know when to go or how to go. You know, like we were kind of waiting for kind of everybody to be leaving for lunch. But then Clara told us that like we have to be more proactive in agreeing our hours, etc. So you just get into the swing of it. How did you think? What was your
Mine was fine. I asked the guys how was it. They gave me the choice whether to take half an hour break or 1 hour break. It was up to me.
Yeah.
As long as I would do my 8-hour shift in the
Yeah.
office.
Yeah.
It was fine. Whatever
yeah.
I want to do. But the first day I remember was a bit awkward. I didn't know what to do until somebody made a move.
Yeah.
And I took the chance and I followed as well.
Yeah.
Up to since that day up to now, it's been fine. You know, it gets. I usually it's 1:30 or 1 o'clock. I take my break, take my half hour, and then that's it. You know.
Go. Yeah.
But as far as work is concerned, how you getting on?
I arrived on the first day, and the young guy. I work for 3 young guys who went to college together, and they set up their own company. And they're absolutely inundated with work. They make all types of homes as well as businesses, but their homes are like what you see in a magazine. They're very modern. They've swimming pools. They're really avant-garde kind of houses. So when I arrived on my first day, he says, "Oh, I've got a project for you." And I don't know whether he misunderstood my level of qualification or whatever, but basically he gave me a client came he bought a 3-story shop in Valletta, and he wanted to convert it into a cafe. So I had to redesign the 3 floors, and it's going in for planning permission next week. And it's like from scratch, like. Yeah. And I had to take it all back, and he gave it to me kind of step by step. He'd say, "Okay, I want you to clear this down. Next is I want you to redesign it." And today it was like, we'll get all the pictures. We're going to submit it for planning permission. And I thought it's a great experience. So if you're willing to hang on for the ride, it's brilliant. And you're willing just to say, "I'll do whatever." And so they're great. They're very open. The 2 lads, they're kind of very creative types. And they kind of said to me, "We remember what it's like to be a student, and we swore we wouldn't do things the way we were treated. Like, we're not going to leave you sitting in a corner. We're actually going to get you to do as much as you possibly can." So that's great. How about yourself?
Well, like I said before in the previous videos, they put me at ease from the moment I stepped in, and I felt very comfortable and very welcomed. Yeah. The project they gave me was also for planning application. It was a minor project. It was only minor alterations to the building, an existing building. So like I said to you guys, what I was doing, just change layers and text and all this and that. But yesterday I had to make the main change to the building, which was basically to add a new flight of stairs going from the first floor up to the roof, and then a door that accesses the roof, and some steps, and also to add a skylight. So that's what I did yesterday basically, and today I finished it up. I had to do elevation and the plan view and the elevation as well. So I did that. It was a bit boring today because I finished that, and then my supervisor was late in, and then he took a long lunch break. So there was moments I didn't have anything to do, and nobody else knew the project. They weren't aware of what was going on in that project. Only me and my boss basically knew what was going on. There was not much information, and only my boss had the pictures, so I had to make a lot of assumptions when doing the elevations and the design of the stairs, and so it was a bit of an experience of, okay, let's see if this works out, and it turned out to be all okay. And then towards the end of the day today, I was given a new project to start, and basically it's a two bedroom apartment that was built in the 70s, and the owner wants to renovate the apartment and transform into a 3-bedroom apartment.
So if you're really if you're open to doing things, you'll get the stuff.
Yeah.
But you have to be willing to just jump into the pool and start swimming.
Oh yeah,
Because they're watching and observing all the time, and they gauge then what to give you next. So it's really up to yourself what you get out of something. And we're both kind of very proactive. We're going, yeah, bring it on, let's do it. Like, and if you don't understand something, I always ask.
There's no harm in asking.
Yeah.
I mean, we weren't born knowing.
Yeah.
And there were students once as well.
Yeah.
And from what I gather from what you're saying, my tutors, my bosses, they're pretty much the same, they're well aware that, we're only beginners, and they were once beginners too.
Yeah.
So they know, of course, they're gonna see how far can we go, and how much can you do, and how can you deal with the responsibility of that particular job. So they gave you a job for planning application, and they also, and in my situation, they also gave me a job for planning application. So there are, it's a
and they also test your knowledge verbally, because they ask you, how is this done in Ireland, what do you do there, and they already know the answer. They'll know, because a lot of them have worked in the UK, and they would say, well, like the UK or like Ireland, this is what we do here. One of the big differences is that I was talking to them today about engineers, and the architect here is the person who signs off on the job, and they're legally responsible for that job for 17 years. Whereas in Ireland, it's the engineer who signs off on the job.
And it's for life.
And it's for life. But here they are the architect and the engineer. There's no separate roles. You study both at college, and then you kind of pick what area you want to go into. And then you kind of specialise in that area. You can't be too varied, because although they can all do everything, they have to kind of stand by what they do. So, for example, my guide said to me today, although I could build a bridge because I'm an engineer, I wouldn't build a bridge because all my working experience is in building properties, and I wouldn't take that chance.
Just to pick up on what you said about they were asking the standards in Ireland compared to the standards here. I was asked, when I was asked to do the new flight of stairs to the project I was doing. I was asked, okay, can you do the stairs? And I said, well, I could. There's only one big if, and that is, I don't know the standards here. I know what's the formula and the standards in Ireland, but I don't know here. What's the dimensions for the rise and for the thread, and so in order to get the formula right, in order to get the exact number of steps to see, and that was interesting. They noticed that I had a bit of the knowledge of the formula.
I just knew what to think about.
How to think it through. To come up with the design. But and then they just gave me the standard dimensions that they use.
My guys, when I first morning in, he gave me a book, and he says, "What's the name of that book?" And I said, "It's the metric handbook." And he says, yeah. He says, that's going to be your best friend while you're here. Big book sitting on my desk. He says, everything is in it. He says, like, you Google stuff. I had to translate stuff from Italian and Maltese in order to be able to read the plans. But they're looking for you to think outside the box.
Yeah.
Like, go on to Google Translate and translate it. Don't be saying, what does this mean? Like, be proactive. Like, so it's a great experience. We're just wrecked at the end of the day.
I mean, to sit in an office looking at a computer screen for 8 hours, for many people, I'd say it's an easy task, but we're only beginners. We're only getting used to it.
It's strange.
Even though we do this in college, but it's a 2-hour, 3-hour class tops.
And we're trying to do it efficiently and do it well and keep up with everybody. So it takes strain on you. And plus the offices are freezing. They don't have any heating. So we're frozen. But we did get our bus legs. We are able to survive the bus journey.
That's not too bad, actually. It's okay. I take about 20 minutes.
Yeah, it's grand. It wasn't anything
maximum,
like we
maximum
were
20
told.
to get
It was
there.
grand. So we're all getting on really well. So we're hoping to go to, on Sunday we'll report back. There is a festival in Valletta, an important festival for patron saint of Malta. So
St. Paul, isn't it?
St. Paul, So we're going to pop over to that. It runs most of the day and stops for a few hours and then goes on into the evening. So, and then last night we were in Valletta to say goodbye to Clara. Hi Clara. And
hope you got on well in your flight.
Yeah.
It was not a shaky one.
And
like our bus driver before.
There was when we had dinner after we said goodbye to her, we were walking on the street and one of the old museum buildings that we could hear music like New York, and all these American songs. So we popped by and there was a private social club function. So we all popped in. We all just landed inside and just looked around and watched people and listened to the music for a while and then walked around the town. It's absolutely beautiful here. It's completely clean. Like, you don't see a paper anywhere. It's beautiful. It's so clean.
Although I have to say something, even though it's clean, there's one thing you see here that you wouldn't see in Ireland. And you probably don't know this. I just found out this today. The Maltese only start to recycle from last November. So up until last November they weren't doing any recycling. So everything was going mixed together. And the bin collections are done daily, so every day in the morning I pass by the houses and you see the bin bags outside, and then they just do the collection on a daily basis, not like Dublin is once a week. And but that's either one or the other. So basically they do collection twice a week.
That's why they keep it clean. And I think the other thing we noticed was we've had torrential rain here for our first few days. I mean, torrential rain. It was like rivers on the streets, and they don't have any drains on the streets, so there's nowhere for the water to go. So you see down the hill, you'll see the water running down like a river, and the pools at the bottom, and it just seems to be the way it's normal.
I don't think they get too much rain here to be too concerned
to be worried
about
it.
You know?
Like, it's mostly good.
It might rain, might pour during one day, and then the rest of the week it stays bright and sunny, and the water just evaporates. It just.
They were saying to me today that they've really noticed the climate change here. That their summers are about 10 degrees hotter than they would have been 5 years ago. He said they've really noticed it. Like, so
that's it. Climate change for you guys. Think about it. The one thing as well that I discussed with my work colleagues was regarding the green energy and be aware of all those things when designing your house or even your office space or your apartment block, whatever that could be. They're not too concerned about that yet, and it just standard as it was and as it has been. So
they're only starting to insulate their homes.
yeah, just
that's
now,
a new thing.
and that's very, very new. Same as, for example, you might see here and there some photovoltaic panels, but it's still not very common to use it.
Yeah.
And for me, it was an interrogation mark because they have so much sunlight, and they could use a lot more. But it's still not into their minds. It's only the very, very first steps in terms of green energy. So I had a really interesting conversation with my work colleagues in the morning. So yeah, it was surprising, knowing that Malta is a EU country and the EU directives are set to a standard. I don't know why.
Well, one of the reasons they were telling me why was that the building regulation changed in the last year, and they now have to, when they build a house or an extension, put up a parapet, big wall around the top of the house. And when they have the roof panels on, the parapet blocks a lot of the sunlight to the solar panels.
Okay.
So they drastically reduce in function. And also, if your neighbour decides to put an extension up, that could block your sun and you've no comeback. So people have stopped investing in them until they.
Yeah, that's the one thing. Here it's all flat roofs, flat roofs, flat roofs, flat roofs. You don't see a pitch roof anywhere.
Yeah.
So if you have to have a parapet,
yeah,
you will block at least 20%. Of the usage of that panel.
Yeah.
So it does make sense.
Yeah.
But if you had a pitch roof, that wouldn't be an issue.
No,
But I guess because they don't have that much rain here, a pitch roof it's not a necessity, you know. So So yeah, guys, I think we prolonged this video for too much. I hope you liked it, and we'll do another one tomorrow, and then we'll take a break for the weekend, and we'll be back again, if not Monday, maybe Sunday night, just to give you, just to let you know how the party went.
If we're sober by the time we get back.
Oh, definitely will. You know me, just tea and coffee.
Oh yeah.
Bye guys.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Bye.
Have a lovely
Take care.
evening. We'll see you again. Bye.